Hello. So, I've wanted to talk about this for a while. Um, I wonder how many times I've said that when I've started one of these videos where I'm like, I wanted to talk about this for a while. There's a lot of things that I want to talk that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but I could never like get it out. Um, but I wanted to like today. I was going through Reddit and I saw a post asking a pretty broad question as to why was the gaming community so toxic, or why did it seem so toxic. Um, a lot of the replies on there were like, well, it usually stems from like not just the gaming community, but like the internet as a whole. But I wanted to talk about it because I've been playing games for oh man, I'm 22 now, about to be 23, and I've been playing games since I was 4. I don't know what the I'm pretty bad at math, so I can't come up with the math. I don't know how to math that as to how many years I've been playing games. So I've always had a deficit in math. I think it might be like a disability even, but I can't say. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose it, but that's that's not relevant. Um, the gaming community, as I said, I have been a part of it for a pretty long time, and being a part of, being meeting the friends that I have, the friends that I have now, and being a part of multiple communities and clans throughout multiple games, like Destiny 2. I know Destiny 2 isn't like the most beloved game out there, but I personally have fun playing it. Even though the grind does get pretty the grind does get pretty tiring when a new season comes out and doesn't hit the mark. But this season's been pretty fun. But anyway, I've meeting the people that I've met and enjoying the games that I love with the people that love those games along with me has been an incredible experience, and those experiences I doubt will ever go away, because it's such a great way to bring like-minded people together, who find general entertainment from video games. Um, excuse the tisking. That's something that I do. It's a stimulation thing because I'm autistic. Um, but I think what I mean, it doesn't surprise anybody, but it's the fact that the gaming community, internet as a whole, is always going to be full of toxic individuals, and it's not as if, and it's not like, and like I just said, it's never going to be something that we can get rid of. It's never going to go away, because on the internet, people have a mask, I guess you could say. For better or worse, we all have a mask of anonymity. Uh, there's a guy, I assume it's a guy, named Oscar Wilde, um, who, and there's a quote that says, and it says, excuse me, "Give a man a mask and he will show his true face." And I think that's very applicable to the internet, because the internet's one big network that you can get on, and and through the because you're anonymous and you're through a user and you are projecting yourself through a profile picture and username, um, people feel more freedom, and that's good. And that's good, but it's also bad. It's The internet is a beast where you have to take the good with the bad. Um, and the thing is that there's a lot of toxic people on the internet. Uh, and the biggest, and I think what's funny is that the people that you meet on the internet, they're so there's a lot of people that are on the internet that will be so toxic. They'll be toxic douchebags towards you. But the moment you meet them in real life, they kind of crawl back, like like I kind of like imagine all the insults and frustration and anger and sadness and all that and all the negative shit just kind of crawls back down their throat because it's real life, and real life is different. Um, my point is that the gaming community, internet as a whole, especially in the gaming community, because it has a lot of competition in it. There's a lot of online games that we can play: Call of Duty, Battlefield, Overwatch, um, the Destiny 2 PvP, and of course I'm speaking from the games I have played, but you get the point. The competitive games uh, can bring out more of that toxicity, because you have a lot of guys and gals who are, and yes, I said gals, forgive me, uh, that are very confident in themselves, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being confident in yourselves, but some take it to the point where it's like, where they'll stomp on other people who aren't as good or aren't as, don't have the same amount of skill, and and whereas it'd be far better to maybe build them up and maybe help them get better. they they're the types of people in competitive gaming that will always be like, you suck, easy game, easy GG, easy bro. And it gets frustrating because there are a lot of times where, because we as a species, I probably shouldn't say that, but I am going to say that we like to feel accomplished, even if it's a video game where accomplishments mean nothing but digital progress and means nothing in the real life. We still like to feel accomplished, and the things that we do in the game and the things that we find enjoy, if we're playing a competitive game and it's supposed to be this enjoyable experience with other people, anytime that you do wrong, or you don't do, or if you're a higher end player and you don't do as good as before, it feels pretty shitty when you get shit talked to and said, "Oh, you're bad, you shit at the game, bro." And granted, you shouldn't let those things get to you, right? Like, this is as I said, is the internet. And I have a rule, and I think this is all encompassing. This might sound, if this is a rule like on the internet that's said by everybody, then it's the first time that this would be the first time that I ever heard it being universal. But it's that don't take anyone on the internet seriously, because the moment you meet that person in real life, they're going to change real quick, unless they are genuine pieces of shit on and off the internet. But a lot of the times you'll find that people that if you were to speak to someone that's toxic through a game but not toxic in real life, then it speaks to a little bit more, to something more about that person. Because on the internet, we're able to express our feelings in full because we are behind a profile picture and username, or gamer tag, or PSN, or Steam ID, whatever. And because we're behind that level of anonymity, we can when we have a good amount of stress in our lives, or a good amount of, and we're dealing with our own shit, and we have that mask, I think personally that it makes us feel more emboldened to dump our own stress and anger and sadness onto other people through toxicity. And so to that point, when I think of it that way, it's more of like, it comes back to the fact, to the it comes back to what I said. Don't take anyone on the internet seriously, because I think a lot of the toxicity on the internet is a result of the lives of individuals being stressful, and let's face it, today's world, it sucks. Whether you're working, or you're going to college, the way the system is run out and the way that it ultimately is, the way that the world looks, the way that we're in, the kind of world that we're living in, and the people we experience, that are genuine douchebags, just the world's a shitty place, and it's easy to feel a good amount of stress. God, I feel so much stress every goddamn day, and I'm not even employed yet. And so my point is that with all that stress, when we play a game, a lot of people who are going through a lot of pain and stress in their lives might exert that frustration and anger on a competitive game, and maybe it's through a mic or through text, and they start putting other people's down because they themselves are having a shitty ass day. I myself can't bring myself to strike at other people because I hate picking fights. I'm just not that kind of person. But I get really frustrated when I'm playing competitive games. Outside of like first-person shooters, I can't seem to get good at other competitive games aside from first-person shooters. I mean, Ace Combat 7's a little different. The competitive play in Ace Combat 7's doesn't really count to me because it's so bare bones. It's practically non-existent. But that's not relevant to the topic. I'm not going to go into detail about that. But my point is that, or no, I've already made my point. Sorry, again, I'm autistic. Bear with me here. Bear with me. When it comes down to how people treat everything on the internet, like I said, I believe it ultimately comes down to individual lives, the amount of stress that people are dealing with, and just generally how people exert themselves because of that stress. Some people don't say anything. Some people maintain optimism. Some people, get toxic. And some people on the internet are just genuine pieces of shit. And like I said, it's the internet. You can't really do much of anything besides just block them, mute them. Because if they're genuine, like, assholes, like sociopaths or psychopaths even, you're not going to get anywhere by returning the argument, I think the people that try to make other people angry, they siphon off of that shit. They get something out of making other people angry, and that's why when something makes you angry, and if it's unavoidable, like if it's teabagging or something in a video game, and it's pissing you off, I mean, you can't really do much of anything besides because it's a game and you can't really you can't really stop them from teabagging. It's not like you're gonna go to I mean, I hope to God nobody goes to somebody else's house to stop them from teabagging. But my point is that somebody teabags, you can't really stop doing that. But I bring that up because it pisses me off. But you know how I respond to it. If you teabag me, you can guarantee when next time I kill you, I'm gonna teabag you. But my point in toxicity and what I'm trying to say is when people try to incite anger out of you through like verbal or through text ability. What's the term for text? You get my point. So when people directly harass you, it's the best thing you could do is block them. And the truth is that even though you do, you know, block them, sometimes the frustration can get to you, because a lot of people just want to play games. They just want to have fun, and there are people out there that that will ruin that fun for their own, you know, gratification. Like when I play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or if I play Warzone, I'm just there to have fun. Yes, but I do get pretty competitive because it's a competitive game. It's hard not to get competitive. It's in our nature to be competitive. But there's a difference between like healthy competition and unhealthy competition. My idea of healthy competition is when you say GG, or when you say, or GG stands for good game for those who don't know. It was like, but like anyway, as I said, healthy competition to me is after a match, whether you won or lost, is when you say good game, or you know, and while in like Modern Warfare you see it a couple times on text, but more times than not it's GG easy, as if to like indirectly be like, that was easy. That was easy. And despite the I think the part that gets to me is that the people who say easy, they're like on the bottom of the leaderboard, or around the bottom, like their kill to death ratio is shit, but they're still gonna be like, oh, that was easy. Yeah, did so good. But you know, you know, I have yet to ever. I have only ever had one experience in Call of Duty Modern Warfare in all of my time of playing it, where I said good game on the mic and I got a group of good games back on the mic. And that said something to me, because it hasn't happened again since then, despite saying good game on the mic. You know what happens most of the time when I say good game on the mic? I get shut the fuck up. I get shut the fuck up. I get a shut your pussy ass bitch up, or you know, colorful responses to a good game. And does it suck? Yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, it's not like I can stop them. But it still does frustrate me, because I'm just like good game, man, good game. I'm not trying to incite any hate here, man. Come on. But you know, my best response to that is just to mute them, really, because no matter what you do, if you engage with those people, it's gonna make it worse. So I'm just like, all right, bye. You can keep talking like a tard for the rest of your life, I guess. But like I said, you don't know. At the same time, I don't know what that person's life is like, whether they're responding out of anger, frustration, and they don't like when people are maybe it's, oh man, maybe it's like when somebody says good game, people get pissed off because they don't like how people can be optimistic when they themselves are having a shitty day. But that's just my take on it. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to be like a holier than thou. I mean, I probably have come across as it, but it's excuse me. But it's not my intention. My intention is that I guess at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is I wish that excuse me. I keep like burping. I wish that when I would jump into a game, it wouldn't be this unhealthy competition, this toxic competition where it's it's you say it's you complete where in like games like Call of Duty it's complete a match, and most of the time it's fuck you, shut up, I got higher KD, look at where you're at, bitch, look at where you're at, bitch, look at the lead boy, bitch. It would be such a lovely experience to hop into a game, finish it, and then all you heard on the mic was, hey, good game, man, that was awesome, I had fun, did you have fun? Yeah, I had fun. But it never happens. It's like I said, it's only happened to me once. And that sucks. It's not a like a good realization to, you know, to play a competitive game and realize that the majority of the time, at least on Call of Duty, there's going to be people that are like, that will just respond to good game with, fuck you. And that's probably why I've turned to playing more single-player games, because NPCs don't do that. I mean, normally they don't. I mean, usually when NPCs do that, they tend to be, you know, you tend to kick their ass afterwards. But I'd say that's my take on it. I don't really know what else I can say. I guess I think that's about it. Trying to think if there's anything else I could say. No, I'd say the summary is that there's always going to be hate on the internet. There's always going to be anger, frustration, and sometimes the toxicity is either they're truly assholes, or there's something a part of their individual lives that makes them that way. And just in general, just be good to people, even when it's gaming.